City volunteers distribute aid supplies and cash cards for hurricane survivors in Puerto Rico. Students from TCUST hold holiday classes for Indigenous children in Taitung. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. Hurricane Maria made landfall in Puerto Rico 1 year ago. Since January of this year, U.S. City volunteers have held 4 disaster relief missions to distribute eco-friendly blankets, cash cards, and solar energy bulbs for the affected residents. In December, they went to care for the affected residents again. This time, they especially helped those families struggling with illnesses or disabilities. Let's take a look at the heartwarming scenes.
Obviously, there are still quite a bit, people who still need help, and that's why we're here.
The
mayor called and told me that there was a foundation called Tzu Chi. They were coming to conduct aid distributions. I had a list of bedbound patients, and Tzu Chi wanted the list to let them receive the supplies first. They needed diapers, nutritional supplements, and personal hygiene products.
He needs lots of diapers and nutritional food, but not just anything, because all the food have to go through this feeding tube. Therefore, there are specific types of foods to give him. The volunteers gave me an eco-friendly blanket, a solar energy light bulb, and a small Lucky Charm. A cash card was also provided. I will use his financial assistance to help him.
My situation is that a family member is bedbound due to suffering from a stroke. It's my younger sister. Tzu Chi gave us an unexpected gift, which was a $600 cash card. This makes a significant impact on me because I had never expected to receive this kind of assistance before.
I can read it from their eye. They were so moved by the love that Tzu Chi is spreading.
Okay, for you to spread the love.
We can comprehend one another. He understood my difficulties, and I, in return, accepted his aid. The way that Tzu Chi helps people was really special and moving.
Help your sister.
Impresiona porque quieren ayudar a otras personas.
A small gesture, like listening, can also help people recover from the pain.
Back in mid-September, Hurricane Florence ravaged through North Carolina. City volunteers quickly mobilized a disaster relief team to distribute cash cards to the affected residents. Upon knowing some affected residents haven't received the cash cards, volunteers came back again to help them before Christmas. At the distribution, some of the residents were impressed by the eco-friendly blankets. They want they receive will ensure that they're going to have a great holiday.
We are here today for the relief work from the Hurricane Florence. Actually, today is the second time. The first time was last month. And why we choose to coming back because people are still in need.
These are all mine. We have 2 more at home, but they're trying to do the moving process today. We're going to be staying with family in a little apartment, but it's okay for us for now. It's safer than home.
For something to come that fast and just take away everything that you put together as a team, it hurts, It takes you to another place.
And you can see people, first of all, is a little bit hesitate. Actually, they have no idea who we are, most of them. When we show the blanket, everybody's impressed, and I think they do appreciate that. And I can see the conversation after that became warmer and warmer.
The experience was real good, and I'm so grateful for the things that she talked about and stuff that she gave us, especially the blanket, that was made out of recycling. I never knew that in water bottles.
Yeah. I think the blanket was pretty cool. What was the blanket made of? Do you remember? What is it made of? Huh? How many? 70 what? 70 water bottles it was made of.
I think it's a wonderful foundation that the founder put together, because she's not only just helping her culture, she's coming out and helping global, and it's worldwide.
I'm all about humanity and being equal to humans, so the fact that people from around the world want to come and help people out in a blight, it's a really nice thing.
When a wildfire struck in California, frontline firefighters tried their best to rescue the affected residents. This is the worst disaster in 100 years, and the firefighters also have to face the destruction of their homes. Upon learning that city volunteers paid for the trip to come here to help those in need, they felt blessed.
I was here at 5:30 in the morning. I got one last workout here, and this is where I was when I heard the report on conditions of the fire. At that point, the fire was 10 acres in a remote area approximately 10 to 12 miles east of here. I had no idea that it was going to be the most destructive fire in the state's history. At this point, Clark Road turns into 5 lanes. All 5 lanes, there was traffic coming downhill. I had to drive on the sidewalks, and these buildings were burning, trees were torching out, burning. It was about 10 o'clock in the morning, but it was as dark as midnight. The only light that there was the buildings and the vegetation burning. It was just a surreal conditions. It's one thing to lose a house and everything I owned, but the most difficult part is just thinking about the life we've had here in town, life we've had here. Bringing my son home from the hospital from when he was born 16 years ago. Memories like that. I'm here today to receive a special assistance and gift from the Tzu Chi organization. As firefighters, we are the ones who give assistance, so it's difficult to accept assistance from other people. She flew here from Seattle yesterday to volunteer her own time, and it's all on her own cost. She's paid her own flight, and she's paying her own hotels. It's amazing that people care. It's devastated. It's going to be different, but paradise is still home.
Tzu Chi is providing assistance for those affected by California wildfires, presenting cash cards ranging from $500 to $800 US. At the moment, some 8,000 families have been helped, and the goal is to assist 10,000 affected families by the end of the year.
Plus the house. I will put it all back to the way it was too. The colors, the everything.
With heavy footsteps, Jerry Zallo is revisiting the area which used to be the location of his colorful home.
See the colorful thing. That makes you happy, huh? The different colors.
Oh, yeah.
The Californian wildfires burned retired construction subcontractor Jerry Zallo's house. Gone in the blaze was his model airplane collection.
That was 35 years of my life collecting, so it's like, you know, it wouldn't be the same at all.
After receiving a stored value card from Tzu Chi, he feels very grateful.
It's giving. Yes. And it's unconditional giving. So that part I do like from it.
He He has faith, and though nothing is visible at the moment, Mr. Zalo is quite clear about the direction in which he will go.
I had a dream set up of how I wanted it to be. So the first thing I will try to do is get it all back to that way.
At present, the total number of households we have helped has exceeded 8,000. The amount of money distributed has exceeded $4 million. In the press conference today, in addition to thanking the community for their support, we also want to use this opportunity to thank first responders, such as the police and fire department and EOC emergency disaster staff. They usually are very supportive of Tzu Chi's disaster relief work.
And all this help that this organization has done for these people during their deepest and darkest time of need is just unmeasurable. So I want to thank everything that you guys have done for these individuals, and I appreciate it from deep in our hearts.
During this dark time of need, many have come together to aid this community, spreading warmth and care after the devastating fire.
In Taiwan, nursing students from the University of Science and Technology traveled to Lidao Tribal Village in Taitung County to hold weekend classes. Despite the long distances, the volunteers cherished the chance to help these advantaged children. One nursing student remarked that the main purpose of the class is not teaching the curriculum, but accompanying these children. Let's join them there.
有买票11张，上来。其实，在原住民的部落，很多。
Many people in the indigenous tribes need help. Despite the long distances, I think it is worth the efforts. When we first came here, they simply ignored us. However, now when we say hello to them, they will respond by nodding or saying hello.
之类的。您好，小朋友要来吗？哦，吓我一跳！吓我一跳！不要抱，不要动。来家里。去学校啊。你放在后面，他自己跑过去。这个部落的教室最大的宗旨就是不打不骂。我觉得教课程是其次，重点是陪伴他们。
The most important purpose of the tribal class is not teaching the curriculum, but accompanying them. At home, they simply play with their cell phones or play computer games, since their parents are not home. Sometimes they don't have anything to eat for lunch. We really feel for them seeing their situation. We'd rather accompany them so they can have another choice in life.
所以现在收这个东西是要给居民他们一些卫教的东西。然后我们也会去量血压，然后注意他们的身体之类的。
阿姨，我来了。那脚我看看，这个洗抱抱就出脓了，就出脓哦。那我待会要帮你洗一洗呢，因为我什么东西都没有，所以。
Since she does not have anything, I need to first apply the ointment on her wound.
阿姨，198105太高了。你有吃高血压的药吗？还有高血压的药吗？没有，只有比较低。你还是有一点高。
3天没有喝。喝3天了吧？没有3天没有喝。好了，不要叫什么名字，不要只喝酒。
上个礼拜我也上来，那我就一直问我自己，我干嘛？
I was here last week. I kept asking myself, why did I come up the mountains? Last week, I also made a round trip in one day. I drove for 300 kilometers. If you ask me why I came here, I don't know. However, I feel that I've started to shoulder responsibilities. Doesn't Dharma Master Zheng Yan want the children to have a sense of responsibilities? It's not that the teacher or the school makes you do things, nor are your parents restricting you. However, the students can see it as their own responsibilities.
好，那我们打勾勾。
According to statistics, there are 220,000 children under the age of 6 in Taiwan who need treatment because of slow development. The birth rate of such children in Hsinchu County is the highest in Taiwan. Unfortunately, resources for early treatment in this area are relatively scarce.
This familiar children's song is paired with oversized props, allowing shy children to join in this game. This seems to be a game for children, but in fact, it's a parent education course. These parents and children are making masks together, coloring and pasting different patterns. This group of children in Wufeng Township are finding a rare moment when they are feeling relatively well behaved in front of their parents.
Because we get off work at 5 or 6, sometimes his father doesn't even come back, as his grandfather and aunt care for him. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to Xueba for work.
Not only do they go out early and return late, sometimes they even do OEM work at home, as economic pressure makes caring for these children a second priority. This has caused a number of developmental problems for children in rural areas.
Why are there so many children with developmental issues in this mountainous area? We wanted to go and explore the issue, finding that it was partially due to their parent-child relationship. They also have very few resources. They don't have much. They also need to worry about economic issues and simply the issue of surviving at home.
According to a study, there's a high probability that children in remote areas will suffer developmental problems. There are about 150 children with such problems out of more than 1,000 preschool-aged children in Wufeng Township. Unfortunately, very few actually receive the early treatment they need. Today, the teacher here is part of the group Taiwan PEI Association, whose average age is only 30 years old. During this activity, some children were found to need special attention.
Some may have trouble identifying colors or say the correct name. In some cases, they're slower in doing things than other children of the same age. We put this information in a report and send it to our association so these children can receive some treatment from us.
In this small space, there are many toys and storybooks. Members of the association work hard to raise funds and set up parent-child events in various towns and villages to give parents a place to interact with their children. The group expects to station one teacher every week to provide special education to those in need. Whether or not they can overcome stereotypes of parents to encourage their children to receive early treatment will be yet another hurdle they may need to overcome.
TIMA Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital, New Taipei City Department of Health, and平溪Public Health Center launched a campaign to promote longevity and health for seniors. Many young doctors have joined local volunteers to conduct medical home visits to the seniors in remote villages. Let's join them there.
TIMA doctors came to remote villages to provide medical services, and they've learned from their patients.
Once we had the clinic in Geelong, we met a young father who was paralyzed because he fell from a boat. His life was good till the accident, which kept him bedridden and burdened the whole family. This is a case that we won't be able to see in a hospital, but only when we do medical home visits with volunteers. We hope to provide them some warmth.
Many young doctors joined the bi-monthly regular free clinic. Xie Hongwen participated in the team for the first time, and he has learned how medical resources are tremendously lacking in remote areas.
When we are here, we can discover some potential problems and do some prevention so that patients' condition won't worsen. I felt moved that Tzu Chi has operated the free clinic for so many years because it's not easy to persevere and do good deeds.
I've learned how to care for others. It's important to have a compassionate heart in the workplace instead of putting our benefits first. Helping others in need is the mission of being a doctor. A senior also shared his diary from 30 years ago with the doctor and volunteer being like old friends. Tima will continue to care for seniors in the平溪area and ensure both of their health, physically and mentally.
In order to give back to local residents, a winter free clinic was held by Suzhou Tzu Chi Clinic. As it is a rare opportunity, many residents came to seek medical attention. Among them, a man whose wife has cancer also came to ask for advices.
The 6-year-old boy Liu Sihe suffers from cerebral palsy and has high muscle tone. In addition, he likes to tear things apart. This made his mother very worried, so she took him to Suzhou Tzu Chi Clinic for treatment.
My child actually doesn't like to see doctors. He has high muscle tone, but today he can open up his mouth to let Dr. Liu have an examination. This is the first time he cooperated with the doctor. I am glad to see it.
Dr. Liu understands the difficulties of little Liu. He found the right ways to treat him by playing and talking to him.
Acupressure is one way to treat cerebral palsy. A physical pressure is applied to the brain, the head, and the back. I believe it can stimulate his muscles to soothe the pain and discomfort he feels.
To give back to local residents, a winter-free clinic has been held. When Mr. Wan heard an oncologist would be at the event, he immediately came to seek for help, as his wife was diagnosed with cancer.
My wife's lifestyle isn't healthy. She doesn't sleep at regular hours. She watches television or reads books all the way till midnight. After listening to the doctor, I thought it was wise to have a structured lifestyle. Sleep is definitely important.
If all of us can live a healthy lifestyle, it can prevent us from falling ill. What's important is to take care of ourselves on a daily basis. This is the best prevention method to stay out of the hospital.
Preventive care is the most important education medical personnel can provide. If everyone can pay attention to their own health, safeguarding the well-being of the public will become the team effort.
In Taiwan, the Global Tzu Chi Camp has officially opened in Hualien. This year, about 300 Tzu Chis from 14 countries are attending the camp, gaining a deeper understanding of Tzu Chi spirit. We'll leave you with these images at the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.